Hello and welcome to Raising Those Spirits. I'm Steve,
And I'm Sam.
and we join you again after another missed week. Sorry about that. My house was hit with illness again.
Yep, as we say every time, we're dads and our kids are gross. We
Super
are always
gross.
sick. So gross. I love my daughter, but I think I'm past like the part where I get sick all of the time. It's not as much as it used to be.
I'm at the point where my son has started giving me like cheek kisses more often than like mouth kisses because he's growing up, and I'm like,
Oh,
it's sad to see him grow up, but simultaneously, I'm probably going to get a lot less sick now that he's not going to be like kissing me all the time.
pros and cons, pros and cons.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm like, I'm still getting cheek kisses. I'm getting less sick. I'll take it.
That's his gift to you. That's a Christmas miracle.
I mean, the miracle will be if I am not sick on Christmas, because even when I was a little kid, I've always been sick on Christmas.
I feel like I think it's every 2 years, but very regularly, every 2 years, on Christmas break, I get really sick. Um, because last year I think I was fine. The year before that, I had COVID. I think 2 years before that, I don't even know what it was, but I was sick. I was laid out for a while, which means I'm due. So that's not great.
Yeah, I'm really hoping what I just got over is kind of like my December sickness, and I can make a 3 week in a row run.
Would be nice. Would be nice.
So this week, we are going to do another Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps reading, and in the spirit of Christmas, we are doing Give Yourself Goosebumps, Toy Terror, Batteries Included.
Ooh, and the cover of this one is super spooky. It's like a little toy doll with demonic eyes and pigtails and spiky teeth, and she's jumping out of a looks like out of her packaging. So it's like a girl Chucky, I would call it. And a very sad looking teddy bear.
This, if you told me this was like a storyboard from the upcoming Toy Story, I'd believe it.
Oh, sure. Like the villain doll of the Toy Story movies. She's
Yeah,
got her little
exactly.
pull talking cord coming
Yes,
out of her back.
yeah, the one from four in the thrift shop. This looks like it's just like concept art for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which great, it worked.
Off to a good start. Thanks, RL.
Man ahead of his time. All right. Who's gonna read first?
Oh, I'll start. Yeah, I'll start. All right, let me warming up my lips, and I'll start with the opening page, which is the warning. So it says, "Beware. Do not read this book from beginning to end. It's official. You're the grand prize winner. Pick your prize: a tour of the Halsey Toy Company, or Halsey's newest toy, a kid-sized robot called the Annihilator 3000. But choose carefully. Take the tour and you'll get locked in the factory, where the toys come alive at night. Watch out for Zorgs. Those nasty monster toys want to suck out your brain. And stay away from nasty Kathy. This living doll may look sweet, but her heart is pure evil. If you choose the robot, make sure you're ready for trouble. The Annihilator is bent on destruction. First, it goes after your cat. Then it goes after you? Yikes. How do you disable a raging robot? If you're in control of this scary adventure, I'm sorry, you're in control of this scary adventure. You decide what will happen. and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1 and follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 now to give yourself goosebumps.
So, do
And
you
then
have
it
thoughts
says,
already? Do you have opinions?
well, yeah, I kind of don't. I feel like there were some spoilers here. I don't remember them doing that this at the beginning of the other choose your
Yeah,
own adventures we
I thought
did.
it was very odd.
Yeah, because now I'm like, well, I already have an idea of what I want to pick.
Yeah, I
Also,
mean, I'm leaning towards Five Nights at Willy Wonka's.
oh yeah, no, I want to go in. I like how it's the Halsey Toy Company, which is clearly supposed to be Hasbro.
Yeah,
Also, and we ran into this in one of the past books. This is highly sexual. Highly sexual. The Annihilator 3000, that's sexual. And Nasty Kathy. Like, those are my options. Those both sound like you'd pick them up in the back of a Spencer's Gifts in the mall. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I can't see anything wrong with what you're saying. It's yeah, no, Spencer's Gifts
Yeah.
kind of nailed it.
No, no.
You can't top that.
Nasty Kathy. I was like, oh, what'd you pick up at Spencer's Gift? Oh, I got the Nasty
It
Kathy.
sounds like
Oh, yeah.
something you'd break out at like a bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What'd you get for the bachelorette party? The Annihilator 3000. Oh, you bad.
What are they doing for
That's
the bachelor party? Oh, they got a nasty Kathy.
Oh, they did? Those guys are such hounds.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be in here.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
by the way, recommendation if you liked old like point and click games on PC when you were
Oh,
younger.
I haven't played one of those in years. Yeah.
There's one that came out a few years ago. It's called Unusual Findings, and it's like Stranger Things esque, but very very 80s. They even got like 80s music for it and stuff, and it's just a bunch of kids doing like almost like a Super 8 parody. It's really leaning into the tongue in cheek of the genre while also really respecting it. I'm like a third of the way through and it is really good.
Oh, I love it. What platforms is it on?
It is on uh, definitely on Steam, PlayStation, and I think it's on Switch.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look. I have a Switch.
But yeah, no, I'm playing it on PC just because it's easy. I find it easier with a mouse. But as with all point and click things, sometimes you're like, "That's I'm supposed to click that on that." How could you ever know that? But um, no, it's very good. Leans into the spooky. Like, there's aliens, there's an evil corporation, there's monsters. It's great.
Nice.
Okay,
All right,
we
I'll
should start
dive
the
in.
book.
Read this book. Give yourself goosebumps. Toy Terror, batteries included. By R.L. Stein, published by Scholastic Incorporated. And we're scrolling to page 1. All right, page 1. Hey, Mom, look at this. I'm a winner, you shout. You race into the house with a letter that's just arrived in the mail. It came in a strange black envelope addressed to you. The words Halsey Toy Company are printed on the back. Look, Mom. You wave the letter in the air. I won. That's nice. Your mother is reading the newspaper. She doesn't look up. Mom, for real, I won the grand prize, you announce happily. That's great, sweetie. You can tell she's not really listening. I get my choice. You go on a tour of the Halsey Toy Factory or their biggest and best toy, the Annihilator 3000. It's this totally cool robot. It's as big as I am. The Annihilator, what? She looks up. You've got her attention now. When did you enter this contest? She asks. Hey, that's weird, you think? I didn't, you admit. Your mom looks concerned. How did they get your name? She wants to know. Go to page 2. I'll also the mom's reaction to the Annihilator 3000 completely
That got
just
her
it
attention.
supports my theory. Yeah, it really did. You glance down at the envelope in your hand. It suddenly seems creepy that it's black. I don't know how they got my name, you admit. Your mom thinks for a minute. Maybe it was that electronic game we bought you last year for your birthday. Remember? We sent your name in on the registration. That must be it, you say, sighing with relief. Isn't it great that I won? Oh, sweetheart, your mom pats you on on your shoulder. Don't get your hopes too high. Sometimes those contests are fakes. They say you've won, but then there's a catch. You have to buy magazines or something. No way, you protest. The letter doesn't say anything about magazines. You hurry to the phone and call the special number in the letter. You dial it. A man answers. A man with a scratchy voice. Hello, he says, addressing you by name. I've been waiting for your call. That was my best scratchy voice. I don't know if that was good, and I can't keep
It
doing it
was
because it gets so.
perfect.
Was that perfect?
It was
Okay, I'm going to keep
perfect.
trying. With your encouragement, I will go on to page 3.
Yeah, no, when you did it, I was like, that is a perfect description of what is on the page.
So okay, is that guy again? Hold on. Okay, I gotta get back into character. Which prize do you want? The man asks. You hadn't really thought about it yet, and then it hits you. The man knew your name, but how? Shiver goes down your spine. You shake your head and try to concentrate. So he knew your name. Big deal. Not every kid on the planet has just won a huge prize. Hello? Are you still there? The man calls. You've got to say something. Which prize do you want? The letter says that if you take the tour of the Halsey Toy Factory, you'll get a free video game too. But the Annihilator 3000 is the best toy the company makes. Uh, if I choose the tour of the toy factory, can I bring a friend? You ask. Sure, he replies. So what's it gonna be? So it's our first choice. If you want to tour the Halsey Toy Factory, turn to page 44. If you want the Annihilator 3000, turn to page 69. Oh,
Damn it!
wow.
I want to go to the Halsey factory, but I feel like we have to take the Annihilator 3000
Why would they put it on page 69?
because this
That's,
just confirms it. R.L. Stein knew what he was doing.
oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah, we can't pass that up. We have to go to page 69.
We are two almost 40-year-old men, and we cannot pass this up.
69, dude.
You have to
All
have
right.
the Annihilator. It looks so cool on TV. It's as tall as you. It's black and purple with
Oh, come
eyes.
on. I'll be good.
With eyes that light up and lasers in its hands, it walks, it runs. The TV commercials say the Annihilator is totally bent on destruction. It even comes with a set of little spacemen, which it can destroy. Then you can put the spacemen back together. Best of all, you can program the Annihilator to do just about anything. Anything except your homework, the ad says. I'll take the Annihilator 3000, you answer quickly. Great, the man replies. It's too late to get it to you tomorrow, but we'll deliver it on Monday. Got that? Sure, you declare. Thanks. My pleasure, the man answers with a strange chuckle. Goodbye, and good luck. Wait, you exclaim. How did you know my name? How did I win this prize anyway? But the telephone line has gone dead. Wouldn't it just make sense that the man knows your name because he knows who won the contest and you're the only person that has this number?
Yeah, I think it's a reasonable assumption.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
yeah, that's explainable.
yeah, very
Al-
explainable.
Also, I like that the Annihilator is bent,
Yeah,
just a little bend.
I definitely tried to emphasize all the words that he slipped in there that I was just like, this is intentional.
I mean, page 69. I love it. I love it so much.
Now I want to like go through his other books and be like, did you do the least? Is there a pattern?
I mean, he's bookable. We could probably get an interview with him
He'd
and just be
never
like,
admit it.
no.
All right. Weird, you
Okay.
think? He hung up so fast. And what did he mean by good luck? Still, you can't wait for the Annihilator 3000 to arrive. You rush in to tell your mom about the phone call. She frowns. Just don't get your hopes up, she says. Wait until Monday, Mom, you tell her. You'll see. That reminds me, she says. Monday afternoon, I've got to pick up your brother, Jeffrey, at daycare. I won't be here when you get home from school. In your heart, you're afraid that your mom might be right, that the prize won't arrive. But you rush home on Monday after school, hoping she's wrong, hoping the package will be waiting. From the street, the porch looks empty, until you run up the front steps. A huge brown cardboard box is sitting near the front door. Yes, you cry the minute you spot it. The box is so heavy, you can't lift it. You toss your jacket and backpack aside. Then you drag the box through the door and into the living room. You never imagined it would be so heavy. Something whirs softly inside the sealed box. Weird, you think? It sounds as if the Annihilator is already on. You
No. Read it again. Read that line again.
Weird, you think? It sounds as if the Annihilator is already turned on. You're so excited you rip the carton open. Whirr. The motor inside the robot sounds like it's spinning. You tilt the carton onto its side, slide the heavy purple and black robot onto the living room rug. You crawl halfway into the box, but all that's in there is the stupid instruction sheet. Who needs that? You toss the folded sheet behind you and back out of the box. Hey, where are the spacemen? You mutter. When you turn around, the robot is standing. It got up on its own, so it was already turned on. The huge toy walks forward, turns a corner, and heads straight for your room. Follow the Annihilator to page 95.
All right. I mean,
That one, he's keeping it up.
he really is.
You get up and race after the robot. Hey, wait, you call. You catch up with the Annihilator as it stalks into your room. Hold on. Stop, you cry out. At the sound of your voice, the Annihilator whirls around and glares at you. Its eyes light up bright red, and then it grows silent, as if thinking. Even the whirring noises stop. Somehow, the silence is creepy. Very creepy. Cautiously, you step forward and reach your hand out to the robot. You've got to find the off switch. The robot suddenly spins towards your bed. It raises its arm and shoots out a laser beam. Whoa! Your bed is on fire! What kind of toy is this?
Not a good one.
Flames lap at the posters hanging over your bed. You've got to do something. Your eyes dart around the room and land on your fish tank. Should you use the water to douse the flames, or should you just try to beat them out with your pillow? Hurry! The fire's getting bigger. I'm
I
thinking pillow?
You think the pillow? Oh, to like smother it?
To,
The
yeah,
fish
like beat
tank
out
has.
the flames. I mean, I don't want to kill our fish. Also,
Oh,
that
okay,
will
yeah.
ruin our mattress.
All right. I'm with you. Well, let's do the pillow so we don't kill the fish. We're gonna turn to page 34.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ugh. You set the tank down and run to the burning bed. You snatch a pillow and begin to beat out the flames. Oh, for God's sake. Smack, smack. The fire is going out. Thank goodness. You barely notice the annihilator spinning away from you, turning toward your desk. Whirr. You see it raise its arm again. No! You cry. You see where it's pointing. Not my dad's baseball card collection. Turn to page 19. Your dad's oldest and most valuable baseball cards are in a shoebox on the desk. He's had them since he was a kid. They're worth a fortune. He only let you borrow them because you promised to be extra super careful with them. You need them for a school report. A ray blasts out of the Annihilator's finger. Flames lick up the corner of the box. No, you scream. Stop it. This is insane. How do you turn off this awful robot? You run around behind the Annihilator. You know its battery compartment is on its back. Your fingers scramble over the panel. Where's the latch? How do you open it? The Annihilator spins around to your face. How creepy. It's as if it could feel your touch. Then it shoots a pale blue laser beam out of its chest, straight into your hand. Turn to page 25. You screech. The blue beam is freezing. You watch in terror as a block of ice forms around your right hand. You dash down the hall to the kitchen. You smash your hand against the side of the sink. The ice shatters. You turn on the hot water and let it run over your hand. You gasp and clench your teeth in pain. This can't be happening, you think. It's a bad dream. Toys don't come to life and start burning down your house. Burning. You remember your dad's baseball cards. The whole house will go up in flames if you don't get back there and put out the fire. You grab a pitcher and shove it under the faucet. Then you race back to your room and hurl the water onto the box. Oof. The fire is out. Dad's baseball cards are destroyed. But that's the least of your worries now. Because the Annihilator isn't in your room anymore. It's got to be somewhere in the house. But where? Hurry to page 113 before the robot does something worse. You stand still and try to listen, but your heart is pounding so loudly. It's all you can hear. The noise comes from down the hall, a noise that makes the back of your neck prickle. Meow. It's Patches, your cat. She's in trouble, and you think you know what's causing it. Please, you think, let Patches be okay. To find out if Patches is okay, go to on page 46. 46. You dash into the living room. Patches is on the mantel over the fireplace. Her back is arched. The hair along her spine is standing straight up. The Annihilator has her trapped. It zaps laser beams at her, but she keeps leaping out of the way. Sparks flash against the stone chimney behind her. No more, you scream. This robot has gone too far. Freezing your hand was bad. Burning up your father's fortune in baseball cards was worse. But now, trying to blow up Patches, well, now it's personal. You're still scared, but you're angry too. You're going to send that toy back where it came from. But how? If you call the Halsey Toy Company, turn to page 10. If you try to trick the Annihilator back into its box, turn to page 88.
I mean, I'm thinking box, but I just don't feel like I feel like we already don't like the Hasley Toy Company.
Oh, it's Hasley. Why do I keep saying Halsey?
It's
Uh,
whatever we want it to be.
that's true. I guess I'm just a big fan of Halsey, New Jersey native. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Let's go with the box. Think that's better than calling the company.
I like the box.
All right, go with the box. Page 88.
There's gotta be some way to get the Annihilator back into its box, you decide. But how? You stare at the box for a minute, racking your brain for a good idea. Whirr. The robot is moving again. It walks over to its cardboard box. It flashes its lights. Hey, what's it looking at, you wonder? Then you see it. The spacemen. It's looking at a picture of the spacemen that were supposed to come with it in the box. That's what it's programmed to destroy. You race to your little brother Jeffrey's room and dig around in his toy box. You know he's got an old plastic spaceman in there somewhere. It's his favorite toy. Finally, you find it. A red plastic space pilot. One of its arms is missing, but it will have to do. You hurry back to the living room. Hey, robot, you call. Look what I have. Look, look what I have. The Annihilator lurches towards you. Its eyes light up and start flashing when it sees the spaceman in your hands. Quickly, you toss the spaceman into the cardboard box and stand back. The Annihilator stares into the box for a minute, as if it's thinking, wondering, is this a trap? Finally, it can't resist. Still worrying, it throws itself into the box head first and starts ripping at your little brother's plastic toy. Quickly, you slam the flaps of the box closed, locking it in. You grab some heavy packaging tape. You stretch about 16 pieces across the lid so it can't get out. Then you phone the Hasley Toy Company and tell them to send a truck to pick up the Annihilator.
Hmm.
By the time your mom gets home for dinner, the whole horrible mess is over. Except for one thing. Jeffrey's favorite toy is missing. Uh-oh, you thought the Annihilator was trouble? Wait till you see what Jeffrey can do. The end.
All right, I guess that feels like a good ending.
I feel like we got a good ending here because I can't think of anything that we would have done that would have saved our dad's baseball cards.
No, those baseball cards were doomed.
Oh no, we maybe the pillow would have changed that for the fish tank.
Oh, sure. So
That's
do we want to
page
return to
52.
page? All right,
I think that's
page
two
50.
choices back because I'm not sure. I mean, unless you wanted to call the toy company first.
No, let's. You know what? All right, thinking. Yeah, let's see what happens if we called the toy company.
All right,
So
what page is
that's
that?
back on page 46. Page 46. Oh, wait a second. Oh no.
Yep, page
Page.
10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the choice was on page 46, but it happens on page 10. Hold on one moment. Oh, please cut all this out. I feel like I'm being dope. Okay. Um, we return to page 10, and in this version, we're calling the toy company. You better call the toy company. Someone there can tell you how to stop this crazy robot. Hang in there, Patches, you shout. You race to the kitchen and pick up the phone. But you don't know the number. You need the letter from the toy company. The one in the block envelope. It's on the desk in your room. Visit. Meow. Oh no, not again. Clunk, clunk, clunk. The noise is right behind you. You've got a bad feeling. You put the phone back on the hook and turn around slowly. Find out what's behind you on page 122. It's Patches. She's dragging an ice cube on the end of her tail. The Annihilator must have zapped her with its freeze beam. Patches meows unhappily and twitches her tail, trying to shake the ice off. The Annihilator strides in behind her and stops. Its eyes glow. It seems to be staring straight at you. Patches darts behind your legs and cowers there. The Annihilator just stands there, not moving. Somehow, that makes you more scared, not less. It's as if the robot is thinking, planning, plotting what to do next. The hair on the back of your neck stands up. I'll call 911, you think. But as you reach for the phone, a horrible high-pitched noise blares out of the Annihilator's head. Reach! A quick burst of laser beam shoots from its hand. A bright red line of light zaps straight into the wall phone. Zzzt. Slowly, you pick up the receiver. You bring it to your ear. No dial tone. The line is dead. Don't make any sudden moves. Just put the phone down and turn to page 66. The phone slips from your hand. It hits the floor with a clunk. The annihilator watches you, motionless, waiting for you to make the next move. Your gaze darts frantically around the kitchen. Then, out of the corner of your eye, you spot a folded piece of paper. Maybe it's the instruction sheet, the one that came in the box with the annihilator. Suddenly, you're dying to read those instructions. They could tell you how to turn the crazy robot off. The annihilator takes a step toward you, then stands motionless again. Are you going to reach for the instructions, or should you make a run for it? Maybe the phone in the living room is still working. If you reach for the instructions, turn to page 41. You try to dash to another phone, turn to page 75.
I'm thinking instructions. How you feeling?
Yeah, let's do the instructions.
The instructions will help you stop this maniac toy you decide. You'll just reach over and try and pick them up. The annihilator is still watching you, still waiting. You crouch down slowly. You reach out, grasp the piece of paper between two fingers, pry it open and tilt it so you can read it without making any sudden moves. Your heart sinks. It's not the instructions at all. It's a note from your mom. Hey, kiddo. Gone to pick up Jeffrey at daycare. But Weather Channel said there might be a hurricane? Could trap me on the other side of town. If I'm not home by 5:15, go next door to Miss Carlisle's. I'll call you if I have a problem. Love, Mom. You gulp. A hurricane? Things just went bad from worse. You glance out the window. The sky is growing dark. It's after 5 o'clock now. Maybe your mom is trying to call, but she can't. The phone is dead. Wait, what happened to the one? What happened to the one in the next room that we didn't go for?
Also, there's a hurricane.
Oh, yeah, don't even get me started on the sudden rogue hurricane.
You usually have several days worth of notice on a hurricane. I feel like that was even true back in the 90s.
Yeah, they take a while to form.
Hmm, some plot holes here.
A jagged flash of lightning brightens the sky. When it's gone, you notice the sky is a dark greenish gray. While you were putting out fires, a storm was moving in. Crack kaboom! Thunder. It's right over the house. Then the wind and rain start. The storm is so loud and violent it sounds like a freight train outside your door. The annihilator doesn't seem to care about the storm. It's still watching you, standing guard, as if it's trying to keep you from leaving the kitchen. Every cell in your body is telling you to run for your life, to get out of the house, to run to your neighbor, Miss Carlyle. But you're sure that if you leave, you'll never see your home again. The annihilator will destroy it. The red lights that service its eyes are dim, barely glowing. What's it thinking? Can it think? You start to wonder if there's a way you could trick it. If you try to trick the robot, turn to page 51. If you try to run from Miss Carlyle's house, turn to page 97.
I feel like this robot has a lot of lasers.
I can't
And there's,
imagine us running.
yeah, let's try tricking it.
It worked
You
last
can't
time.
outrun a laser. Yeah, let's trick it. Also, the last time we taped it into a box, but it has lasers. I don't know how well that tape was going to work. Just saying.
I agree. I was thinking that. I was like, so this thing that has lasers is just going to respect the boundaries of the box?
I guess if it knows it's in its own box. All right, I'm overthinking it. I'm turning to page 51. We're
Okay.
going to trick this robot. What is the robot thinking, you wonder? What does it want? It's hard to tell. But if the Annihilator is alive, as it seems to be, maybe there's some way to trick it. Worth a try, anyway. Your heart pounds as you scan the kitchen, searching for something good to offer the robot. What would it like, you ask yourself? A cookie? A glass of milk? Somehow the Annihilator doesn't seem like the milk and cookies type. Then you spot your little brother's toy fire truck under the kitchen table. It's a dumb baby toy, but it does light up and make sounds, kind of like the Annihilator, but not as bad-tempered. You pick up the fire truck and hold it out to the robot. The robot raises an arm. Its eyes glow brighter. Then it takes the truck from you. See what happens next on page 79. This kid is offering up all of his brother's toys.
Yeah, this
Very rude.
kid's very rude.
I mean, he only has one plan, but I guess that makes sense because it is the
It
same kid.
works.
Yeah, it worked the last time. He doesn't know that, but the Annihilator studies the fire truck, then switches the toy on. Whee goes the truck's siren. The Annihilator seems to jump a little. Excuse me for my yawn. Then it leans down and rolls the truck back and forth on the floor. The Annihilator is playing, you think? All the lights on its face are pulsing brightly. It whirs excitedly. Then the truck's siren peters out. Its lights go off. Uh-oh. The batteries are dead. Turn to page 137. The Annihilator looks confused for a moment, then raises the truck above its head and smashes it down. Bright red pieces of plastic scatter all over the kitchen floor. Oh no, you moan, backing up fearfully. The Annihilator stalks toward you, its face lights flashing. It then holds out one hand. What do you want? You whisper. Another toy to destroy? You glance around quickly. There, on the counter, your little brother's plastic stretchy man. It's called a toy called Big Bob. Without getting too close, you push Big Bob towards the Annihilator. Now we're getting there. The robot's lights flash eagerly as it picks up Big Bob, but the stretchy toy doesn't beep or glow. The Annihilator doesn't like it. With one powerful twist of its hands, it tears Big Bob's head off and slams it to the floor. Whirr! The Annihilator gazes around again for something else. All right, now I'm convinced that this person's only plans are to get its brother's toys destroyed.
It's kept him alive so far.
Yeah, I guess it's not a bad plan. Hurry to page 36 before it tears your head off.
Like I don't condone it, but it has not failed this kid a single time.
Hmm. You swallow hard. What should you give the Annihilator next? More of your little brother's toys? Yeah, maybe. Whirr. You're walking out of the kitchen. You have to decide. Are you going to try and figure out what it wants, or should you try to put it back in its box? If you still want to trick the Annihilator, turn to page 59. If you'd rather get it back in its box, turn to page 88.
We're back on this
Oh,
page.
yeah, so this time,
Oh no,
so
last
we know
time
it.
it was box or call the company.
Right, so
But
we weren't given the option of turning to page 59 to try and trick it again.
but
That's a new
88
thing.
we did it's the same thing as last time, right?
Yeah, 88 is. We've been to page 88 before, and we survive in that path.
Okay, so I guess we take the other one.
All right.
Your plan is to try to trick the Annihilator. It's the only way you can control it. At least that is your plan until you follow the robot into your dad's office. Its eyes light up when it sees your dad's new laptop computer. It holds out a hand again. You gulp and shake your head. The Annihilator is scary, but so is your dad when he's miffed. No way, you
Oh.
say. You can't have the computer. My dad is already going to kill me about the cards. The Annihilator spins towards you and raises his arm. Zzz, a laser beam shoots out. Ouch, you cry, jerking your hand away from the shock. The Annihilator whirls back to the computer and flashes its lights again. The message is clear. It wants the computer. Forget controlling the robot. You have to disable it for good. You scan the office frantically for some kind of weapon. Then your eyes light on your dad's golf clubs. His new metal driver twinkles in the light. Should you try and tee off on the robot's head? So to save his computer, you're going to destroy his brand new golf clubs?
Well, remember this is the 90s. The computer is not as going to be as powerful as now and more expensive. Both of those items are high ticket items. I don't know what the better choice is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're not, it's not the best plan.
Maybe it'll fall in love with the computer.
All right, let's get it on the internet. Nothing bad could happen if we give it access to AOL.
There you go. You pick up your dad's laptop and hand it over to the Annihilator. You don't want to do it, but you're terrified of what the robot might do to you if you refuse. Then you close your eyes and put your fingers in your ears. You don't want to watch the Annihilator smash the expensive computer to bits. You wait for a horrible smash. Silence. Nothing. Huh? What's going on? Finally, you can't stand the suspense. You open your eyes. You can't quite believe what you see. The robot is sitting at your dad's desk with a computer open in front of it, and it's typing. Oh, snap, I was right. You lean over the robot's shoulder and gasp when you see what's on the computer screen. It's hooked up to the internet. It's sending email.
I called it.
The message it's writing is addressed to Jim Whittle, chief toy designer at the Hasley Toy Company. It says, Whittle, I have arrived and taken control. Fire, terror, destruction. Only one person at home, a child. Don't worry. I will not allow it to leave the house. I await further instructions. Annihilator 3000. Almost instantly, a reply flashes across the screen. Annihilator, stay there and do nothing. I'm only a few blocks away. I will arrive shortly. Whittle. You race to the living room and peer out the window. The sky is still gray, black, and stormy. The wind howls in the trees. Thunder and lightning pierce the blackness every few seconds. But the storm is nothing compared to the jolt you feel when you see what's in front of your house.
Has he
Find
been?
out what's coming on page 130.
Did the robot just email the hurricane directly?
Maybe. Also, that guy was a couple blocks away and was able to respond in the
Well,
90s.
that's why I was like, is it the hurricane? Because they were like almost there, just a few blocks away now. Like,
Perplexing. All right, page 130. Parked at the curb is a shiny black car with the dark tinted windows. The words Hasley Toy Company are printed on the side. Very, very inconspicuous. As the rain pours down, a tall, thin man gets out and opens the trunk. That's Whittle, you think it's gotta be. Whittle is the scariest looking person you've ever seen. A hideous 6-inch long scar slashes across his left cheek. His stringy black hair blows wildly in the wind. His eyes are like black marbles, hard, shiny, and cold. He's wearing a black leather jacket and black leather gloves. So this is the Dom. Something about the way he opens and closes his gloved fists make you want to run screaming for help. Instead, you run to the front door and double bolt the lock. Then you peer out through the curtains. Whittle is lifting a large box out of the trunk of his car. No, you want to scream when you see what's in the box. It's another annihilator. Turn to page 117.
this
Whittle lifts the new. Hmm?
this one's escalated.
Yeah, this is getting real bad. Whittle lifts the new robot out of its box and sends it striding toward your house. The new Annihilator clomps on your front steps. At the door, it stops and waits. A moment later, Whittle leaps onto your porch. Let me in, he yells, pounding the door with his fists. No, go away, you shout. Whittle peers through the front window at you and scowls. I'm coming, he announced. I'm coming in, he announces with a gruff voice. You can't stop me. Whirr! Oh no, that sound. You don't turn around, but you know what's happening. The Annihilator, the one that's already in your house, has walked into the living room. It's standing right behind you. You can't move. You can't leave. You're trapped. Turn to page 30. In the next instant, the Annihilator blasts the locks on the door and bursts into your living room. You've got a robot behind you and one in front. Now you know the feeling. Let me try this again. Now you know how the filling in an Oreo feels. Whir, the new Annihilator lurches toward you. Whittle steps through the door behind it. In a flash of lightning, the scar on his cheek shines white. Terrified, you leap toward the fireplace and grab the first thing you can reach, a long metal poker. Get away from me, all of you, you shout. You lift the poker and start to swing wildly. The new Annihilator sends out a laser beam. It makes a horrible sizzling sound as it whizzes right past your face. Turn to page 94. Move out of the way, Whittle yells at you. Then he lunges at you. He grabs your arm. With a strong yank, he pulls you out of the line of fire. Zap, zit, zert, zap. The new Annihilator sends out one laser beam after another, zapping the old robot. Instantly, the old robot fires back. You can't believe it. The two toys are battling it out in your living room. What's happening? You scream. Whittle doesn't answer. He just grips you tighter. Turn to page 49. All right. The new robot suddenly opens its chest panel. A ball of electricity boils and glows inside. Then the ball shoots through the air, straight at the other robot. Blue fire surrounds the old Annihilator. Sparks race up and down its body. Then it crashes over on its side. The lights fade from its eyes. The whirring noises stop. Whittle lets out a sigh of relief. Ugh, I'm sorry about that, he apologizes. But somehow when we shipped you your prize, we sent the wrong model. That was a new test version of the Annihilator 3000. I've been trying to give it a brain, but so far, no luck. You, it, you stammer. You don't know what to say. I knew you were in trouble when I got the robot's email message, Whittle continues. I hope it didn't do too much damage before I came. Damage? You think of the fires, your cat. Actually, never mind about that, Whittle interrupts. I'm sure it was worth it, especially since now you will put your name in for the big drawing. You have a chance to win our super extra special grand prize, the Annihilator 4000. The Annihilator 4000? Oh no. Better get the fire hose ready. The end.
All right.
That was a long time from the last choice to here.
Oh yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
was all the way back at computer golf clubs.
God. Our dad's gonna kill us.
I mean, at least now we get this big robot. Also, I'm suing the crap out of this guy.
Honestly, you just have to set your house on fire and act like it was the storm.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not a bad plan.
It's a complete loss, cards and everything. Thank
Someone
God we had
set the
went next door to the
scorers.
neighbors.
Oof. Man, that was intense. That was super intense.
I always love it when we do these.
Oh, these are fun. Are we gonna do one more?
Yeah, let's see what happens if we do the golf club.
All right. We want to
Triple
go
down.
back to. All right. That was the choice is back on page 59, but golf clubs takes us to page 23. So this is if we chose the golf clubs instead of handing it the computer.
You lunge for the driver, yank it out of the golf bag, then grip it tightly in two hands. Smack. Whack. You swing the club down hard on the Annihilator's head. A shattering, splintering noise fills the room. Crack. The plastic body of the robot splits open right down the middle. It cracks completely in two. You shriek in horror when you see what's inside. Face the horror on page 38. The shattered halves of the robot's body fall away. Were there in the wreckage are two smaller robots, two Annihilator 1500s. They look exactly like the Annihilator 3000, but half its size. They roll forward, blinking their little lights and beeping. They seem to move much faster than the Annihilator 3000. Then you notice one of them has a smile on its face and one has a frown. Hello, the smiling one says in an electronic robot voice. I am ready to serve you. Destroy, destroy, the mean looking robot says as it rolls from the room. On the way out, it shoots a laser beam. A pile of papers on your dad's desk whoosh into flames. This one is even more powerful than the big annihilator, you realize with horror. You douse the fire with a pitcher of drinking water on the desk. Then you take off after the robot. Hey, is there a hurricane coming?
Right. You forget about the little like story points that don't come up in the different the different things.
I feel like there's not a hurricane coming yet. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
You rush down the hall. The smiling robot stumps along behind you. How do I turn it off? You shout to the good robot. Knock him over, the good robot advises. There's a switch on the bottom of his feet. You race to the kitchen and grab a broom, then dash into the living room. The bad annihilator is about to blast the couch. You swing the broom hard. The robot tumbles over. You use the broom handle to flick off its switch. Hooray! I've hated him forever, the nice robot shouts. Quick, throw him away! You think about that for a minute. You're tempted. But what about when the class bully starts hanging around your yard, trying to steal your bike or your lunch money? You might need the bad robot someday. Continue the story on page 12. What if you ever need to commit a murder, Sam?
Gee, this kid went straight to evil.
When this reminds me of that Are You Afraid of the Dark episode where there's like that closet in the basement that if you sacrifice a person to, it'll like grant your wish.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Oh, it's like my favorite episode. Yeah, at the end he feeds his bully to it and gets the bike that his bully destroyed back.
Nice.
Totally kills a bully over a Huffy.
I mean, yeah.
You decide to keep the bad Annihilator 1500 in your closet, turned off, just in case. But you quickly throw the broken Annihilator 3000 in the trash, along with the box it came in. You don't want your mom to know what happened. She'd never believe it, for one thing. And besides, if she knew about the fires, she'd probably make you throw all the robots away. Somehow, you'll have to do something about your dad's baseball cards, but you'll think about that another day. A few minutes later, your mom walks into the house. The Annihilator 1500 is standing in the kitchen. Welcome home, the nice robot declares. How may I serve you? Your mom takes one look at it and frowns. I thought they were going to send you the Annihilator 3000, she says. Well, they sent this instead, you reply. Your mom shakes her head. See, I told you not to get your hopes too high. Those contests never turn out the way you hope they will. Just remember, Mom knows best. So, definitely gonna commit murders.
I mean, I like how that was her takeaway. Also, I like how she knew what the Annihilators were. She's in on it, for
She's
sure.
totally in on it. If we go the other
Also,
way, we find out she
all
works for the weather company and made this hurricane.
oh yeah. We survived. So all of these versions we've survived.
That is true. We didn't
Was
do
this like one of the
the.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we didn't do the fish, and we also didn't try and run to the neighbors. So
Yeah, but I think it's funny that in both options, either the computer or the golf club, you survive. Because it seems like I wonder if at some point they started making the endings happier or if this is earlier in the run. and
I think this one's
the
about
endings
halfway
weren't as
through.
negative. That's funny. It feels like this is a much more positive one than a lot of the ones we've read.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they saved all the doom and gloom for Willy Wonka.
uh,
We'll have to find that out another time.
yeah, that's true. We can yeah, in a future episode, or we can do that next time. We'll take the Willy Wonka path.
I would love it.
All right, all right. Well, come show up in 2 weeks. So this episode's gonna air, I think, on Christmas Eve. So come find us on January 7th, unless somebody gets sick, which is always possible, especially around the holidays, to see what happens if we take the other path.
I'm gonna try my best.
That's okay. I mean, like I said, like I'm due for a 2 year super sickness, which always seems to happen.
Take vitamin C. Get a lot of sleep.
Sleeping, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As always, I had a blast. I'm
Oh, me
Steve,
too. I'm Sam.
and we'll see you next time.
See ya.